Um, Welcome to Reading the Bible as I film my cat. Um, Thank you to my one subscriber, and I know who you are. Anyway, Chloe's stretching her paws. Maybe I'll just film her paws right now while I read Genesis chapter 8. And when the waters had swelled on the... Oh, by the way, I'm reading from the Tanakh. It's the Jewish Bible, the new JPS translation according to the traditional Hebrew text. Chapter 8. And when the waters had swelled on the earth 150 days, God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the cattle that were in excuse me, there's a bug. Pause. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Let's start over. And when the waters had swelled on the earth 150 days, God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. And God caused a wind to blow across the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the floodgates of the sky were stopped up, and the rain from the sky was held back. The waters then receded steadily from the earth. At the end of 150 days, the waters diminished, so that in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters went on diminishing until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st of the month, the tops of the mountains became visible. At the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made and sent out the raven. It went to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out the dove to see whether the waters had decreased from the surface of the ground. But the dove could not find a resting place for its foot, and returned to him to the ark, for there was water over all the earth. So putting out his hand, he took it into the ark with him. Oh, we have a visitor. Okay. Close up of Joey. Sorry to interrupt the Word of God. Talking about Noah's Ark. Okay, so, I forget where he was. For there was water over all the earth. So putting out his hand, he took it into the ark with him. He waited another 7 days and again sent out the dove from the ark. The dove came back to him toward evening, and there in its bill was a plucked off olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the waters had decreased on the earth. He waited still another 7 days and sent the dove forth, and it did not return to him any more. In the 601st year, in the 1st month, on the 1st of the month, the waters began to dry from the earth. And when Noah removed the covering of the ark, he saw that the surface of the ground was drying. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. God spoke to Noah, saying, "Come out of the ark, together with your wife, your sons, and your sons' wives. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds, animals, and everything that creeps on earth, and let them swarm on the earth and be fertile and increase on earth. So Noah came out together with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, every animal, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that stirs on earth came out of the ark by families. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking of every clean animal and of every clean bird, he offered burnt offerings on the altar. The Lord smelled the pleasing odor, and the Lord said to himself, Never again will I doom the earth because of man, since the devisings of man's mind are evil from his youth. Nor will I ever again destroy every living being as I have done, so long as the earth endures, seedtime and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. Okay, that's the end of chapter 8 of Genesis, and I thank you, my one subscriber, for recommending comment, or maybe you didn't recommend commentary, maybe I recommended that. But I said, oh, and also I'm supposed to read the New Testament, a chapter from the New Testament. We'll start that soon. And as far as the commentary goes, I have actually been looking at my commentaries. Well, I'll pan over there. Here are some, if you can see that, a bunch of commentaries. Oh, well, and Bible dictionaries and what looks like a llama. Anyway, yeah, so commentary. So I was actually researching this week, and I didn't take notes, but I will say the things that stood out were that before Adam and Eve took of the tree, everyone was vegetarian and there was no death. And then after the fall, there was death because God had to kill animals in order to clothe Adam and Eve, and it kind of points to the sacrificial system that would be set in place, the Levitical system, and then also to Jesus's ultimate sacrifice, and how we have to be covered by Him in order to find redemption. But anyway, so yeah, that was interesting to me. The firmament is also interesting because my understanding is it didn't rain, that a mist would come up and water the garden. And then there was this, I'm speculating, but it sounds like it was this kind of, firmament, which separated the waters below from the waters above. And I don't know, I kind of wonder if it protected people from, maybe it was an anti-aging screen from the UV rays, protected people from the UV rays, because people lived a lot longer. Also, I don't think the gene pool was as affected by entropy, and so it was, people were living longer. But anyway, after the flood, perhaps that firmament busted loose and there was, flooding in the sky and below. Anyway, I obviously will research my commentaries and pretend like I'm back in seminary. Okay, let's end it now, and I will pursue reading the New Testament in addition, and maybe